want to talk about why I support Trump, and this is my opinion of why I support him. I don't know how many other people feel this way, but I would assume that this is a widely uh, opinion of why people support Trump. And it's not because we're white supremacist or anything of that nature. As a matter of fact, there are people of every nationality, every skin color, everything who supports Trump. It has nothing to do with um, who we, what we look like. It has to do with our feelings. And it does have stuff to do with our founding fathers and our past. And let me explain why. Part of that is because our founding fathers who came over here, even though we have issues with them coming over here and the Native Americans, it wasn't always, I mean, when they first came over here, the Native Americans and our founding fathers helped one another. I don't know my history well enough, and maybe that's something I'll research in the future of what happened and why, things started falling apart and there became a war between, the Europeans trying to want America and then the Native Americans. I would assume that was probably land control and some not very nice people at the top, again, elitist, trying to push an agenda, who started that, who, I believe fully in my heart that it's always a, an agenda from these elite things, beings, whatever, people who are trying to power play the rest of humanity, who are pushing the evilness that's happening in our world and spreading the hate and the division. That's my view. And it's based on research that I've done, and it's one of the major reasons that I support Trump. The European people came over here, people came to America to escape the dominance and the control of the queen and king and the hierarchy system and the ruling elite class system that you had, from these other countries. So they would come to America to escape that so that they could live their dream and be free from that tyranny. So that is why I support Trump, because I believe that he is also against tyranny of these hierarchy systems who want a one world dominance. And it mostly comes from the European side. That's correct. Look at the UK. Look at, king, queen. They have that whole hierarchy system in play and they love it. And look at some of your people at the top, look at the people at the very top of the government. Look at the people at the very top of the any politicians in any country, China, France, UK, Ireland, uh, Canada. Look at anybody in that position of power. Most of them hate Trump. Isn't that interesting? Think about that one for a minute. Um, and you'll kind of understand why my mind started looking into this, because I wasn't a Trump supporter at all until this past year. And then uh, I became a major Trump supporter once COVID came about and I had a little bit of time because I lost my job from all this crazy COVID scamdemic pandemic. I'm not saying COVID isn't real, and I'll save this for another video maybe, but I do believe that it is helping these elitists push a one world dominance control agenda. I also believe that it is part of an agenda to control population, but not just control population, also control people. I believe that it's to help control our movement, where we go, what we do, to track us. And people say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." Well, hear me out here for a minute and start doing your own research, or be quiet and don't call me a conspiracy theorist, because if you don't want to look into this and realize what's happening, or you don't believe it, and that's fine, you don't have to believe it, but this is my view, this is my belief, and I'm sharing it because I want others to question, look into things for themselves, um, and hopefully want to be and live in a free society, in a free world. But that free world has to be owned by the people and for the people, not by these elite people at the very top who want to control that free world. They want to tell you all these pretty lies so that you will buy into uh, their control, basically. And that is the concern. It's why I voted for Trump. It's why I support Trump so strongly, is because if you look at everything that's going on and you look at the people who hate him the most, you will see those are the people who want the most control over the population and over humanity. Um, some of these people might be pushing great ideas, but what's behind those ideas? That's something we might want to start looking into. Um, I honestly voted for Trump and I believe in him wholeheartedly. I believe that he is trying to stop tyranny. I believe he is like the founding fathers, not in the negative way of trying to take land from Native Americans or any of that kind of stuff, but he is like the founding principles of this country of escaping this horrible control system from these other countries with only these elite people at the top getting to make the decisions and putting us, humanity, into these control authoritarian hierarchy systems that we have to then obey these leaders. I believe Trump is against that. I believe he's trying to stop that. And I believe he's trying to stop it on a global level because they are pushing, go look at Agenda 21 and Agenda 30, things of that nature. They are pushing an agenda that is going towards a one world dominant government. Yes, with that, they're telling you they're going to give you things like universal income and free healthcare for everyone and save the planet from, all this climate issues. But at the same turn, with all of that comes control and dominance. And you put all of your trust and faith into this source that's trying to feed your dreams. Is it really feeding your dreams or is it playing on your fears? Just be very careful. And I support Trump 100% with all my heart. And the reason that I do is because I see through everything that's playing out right now in this time. And I am hoping above all hope for the best of humanity. Um, and I'm very concerned about this elite ruling class entities that are out there that are trying to take over and control our reality. And I'm doing my best to put out information that will help other people make good decisions about our future.